All right. In today's episode, I am going to share with you the exact steps that I would take if I were starting my coaching business over again in 2025. So, these are the same steps that helped me go from a complete beginner to running a multiple six-figure business and then scaling it to 1 million and beyond. And it's a roadmap built from my own journey with all the lessons I learned from the wins as well as the setbacks. So, if you're a coach, consultant, or expert, this will change the game for you. So, whether you're just getting started or you're already growing and ready to scale, stick around because this will give you the clear step by step strategy to build your own $1 million coaching business. So let's get into it. Okay. If I had to start all over again, this is what I would do. Step one is I would discover your unique strengths and then align them with your passion. All right. So let's get into the first and most critical step, getting clear on your strengths and skills and aligning them with the passion to create a unique coaching business. Okay. Because when you're starting out or when you're starting or scaling a coaching business, it's not just about having a passion for something, it's also about combining that passion with your skills and strengths and then packaging it in a way that really speaks to your target market, your ideal client actually. Um, you don't want to work with anyone and everyone. You want to work with your ideal client. Life's too short to be just working with anyone and everyone. Plus, in your marketing, you got to be really laser clear. So, let me tell you that this is where a lot of people get stuck. Okay. They've got this passion, they've got this desire, but they're just missing that crucial clarity on how to use their unique abilities to create an offer that really sells. Okay. Like taking their knowledge, their wisdom, their expertise, finding your zone of genius. Okay. So think of your strengths as your zone of genius. Like, what does that mean? It's that special combination of skills, knowledge, and personal experiences that only bring that you can only bring to the table. So for example, if you're really great at simplifying complex concepts or you're a natural at connecting with people on an emotional level, that's part of your zone of genius. Okay. So here's how to start. Just sit down and make a list, first of all. List out everything that you've done professionally, all the skills that you've developed, and even your natural talents. Okay. What do your friends, family, and colleagues say that you're really great at or that they really like about you that you've helped them with? So sometimes we take our skills for granted because they just come so naturally to us. It's like being a fish in water. You don't know that the fish doesn't know it swims, right? It's just natural. It's a natural thing. That's how they get around, right? They don't think, "Oh, I know how to swim." But that's the exact reason that they're your strengths because they come easy to you. I see this a lot with like I think, it makes me think of organizing. For me, organizing is comes really natural. I'm really good at decluttering. I'm really good at letting go of stuff. I'm really good at, putting everything in its place. But for some people, they don't have that skill. They don't have that, right? It can be overwhelming. So your life has been this series, like a series of experiences, trials, and lessons that have equipped you with a unique set of tools. So imagine it like putting together a puzzle. Each job you've held, every challenge that you've had to overcome, each book that you've read or courses you've taken, like all of it has helped create a clear picture of your unique abilities. But the problem is that most people really never take that time to sit down and see the complex picture. I just signed on a new client on Monday and we went through this, right? I have this exercise, like, let's go through all this stuff. Like, let's just sit. And when we met after, she's just like, wow, like I never even thought about this stuff. And most people don't. So it's really normal. And then so you just see the complete picture by doing that, right? Sit down and see the complete picture. Um, when people don't do this, right, or people they get stuck doing what they think they should be doing rather than what they're truly good at and what they truly enjoy because they never take that time. So the hidden gem metaphor is just like think of your strengths like a hidden gem buried in a cave. So you know it's there, but you need a clear way of thinking about it. You need to like clear away the rubble and the distractions, the doubts and the fears uh to get to it. Really, okay? And once you've uncovered it, that gem will shine brighter than you could ever imagine. But if you've never dug deep, right? If you never dig deep enough, you'll just keep seeing the cave. You'll miss out on what could have been the treasure trove of potential that was inside, right? So then aligning with your passion is the other thing, right? So once you've identified your strengths, the next step is then to align them with something that you're genuinely passionate about. And why is this important? Because passion fuels persistence, and in the business world, persistence is really key. So building a coaching business to 6 or 7 figures, it's not always like a straight path. It's going to have ups and downs, challenges, hurdles. I always say it's going to go up and down all the way up when you know what you're doing. But if you're truly passionate about what you're doing, you're more likely to keep pushing through it, even when the going gets tough. And I've been there too. When I started, I knew I was really good at systemizing and strategizing, and I had a passion for really helping people break through their limitations, especially around business. Like I knew I could talk about business all the time. I've started several successful businesses. I've been in business world a long time. I got lots of stories. I got lots of, knowledge, wisdom, experience, expertise. I'm an expert in business. I'm like a doctor of when it comes to business. So, so I could talk about it forever, right? But it wasn't until I truly connected those strengths with my desire to help coaches and entrepreneurs streamline their businesses that everything clicked. So once I found that alignment, I was unstoppable. Yes, I have my days, sometimes weeks where I'm just like, I don't really feel like doing this. I just came out of a period maybe um a month ago or something like that where I was just like, this is, I just don't feel like doing anything. Right. I have those moments, but for the most part, like now I'm fired up again. Now I'm creating more stuff. I'm testing more stuff. I'm fired up again. So it comes and goes. Most of the time I'm fired up. Most of the time I'm excited. I love helping my clients. Mondays are my favorite day because that's the day I get to meet with them. But I have my moment just like everybody else. So, but the moment it clicked for me anyway, let me just share a story with you. There was a client I worked with, and when she came to me, she was really struggling to grow her coaching business. She had a passion for helping people overcome anxiety, but she wasn't really making much progress. So when I asked her about her background, she shared that she had spent 15 years in HR, helping people navigate stressful work environments and manage their emotions. So, do you see where this is going? She had this incredible skill set from her career that she wasn't even tapping into. So we worked together to package that. Okay, package that experience that she had, that knowledge, that wisdom, that experience. And she created a program. Okay, I helped her create this program, like a high ticket program specifically for professionals dealing with work related stress and anxiety. So we worked on getting really clear on who her ideal client is, like who they are, where they hang out, and what words to use to get them to take action to actually buy. Okay, what would resonate with them, to stop the scroll, cut through the noise, like all that stuff to get them to lead them into a sale, right? And she had a specific skill set and a unique offer that really stood out. And within a few months, she was not only attracting the right ready to buy clients, but she was charging those premium rates because her service was so well defined and valuable. So, identify identify market needs, okay, and align those with your strengths, because your strengths and your passion alone They're just not enough. You need to find that sweet spot where your strengths and passions intersect with what the market actually needs. So this is your golden opportunity. So imagine you're a top-notch chef, for example, who loves cooking Italian food, but you open a sushi restaurant in a neighborhood full of Italian food lovers, right? You're still great. You're still a great chef, but your restaurant doesn't match the market's appetite. So it's the same with your coaching business. Like you need to make sure that your skills are aligned and what your audience, make sure it's aligned with what your audience is hungry for. So ask yourself these questions. Okay. Number one, what problems are people in your target market facing? When I say target market, it's like your ideal client. What problems are um, your ideal client facing? Okay. How can your unique strengths is number two. How can your unique strengths solve those problems for them or with them? And then number three is what do you love doing so much that you would continue to do it even if it wasn't easy or even if you didn't get paid for it? Like what's something that you would just love to do and you would do it anyway. You'd love to do it for free. I get a lot of calls from people who's like, I love doing this and I've been doing it for free. It's like, okay, we got to get you monetized because that's a really valuable service, right? They just don't know how to go about it. So for me, it all started with understanding the struggles that other coaches and consultants were facing. Okay. I actually started with health and wellness professionals was my first focus. Okay. It's evolved throughout the years, but that was what I started with. But they wanted to make more money, but they were overwhelmed by the constant hustle of trying to get clients. They wanted time freedom but really didn't know how to get there. So I realized that this was my strength in setting up systems, streamlining processes, and understanding high ticket sales were the exact solutions that they needed. And that's when I knew I had found my zone of genius and I started to build a business around that. Didn't happen overnight. Um I had to really, you know, dig in and really get clear on a lot of things. I had to try some things failed, and then I would learn and pivot and adjust. But the moment I found that alignment, like I said, I started with the health and wellness professionals. Then I went into entrepreneurs. It was a little bit too broad for me, and then I was like, you know what? Really, coaches, consultants, experts. I really love working with them because it's like I'm helping them help other people. So it's like this ripple effect. But everything started to fall in place when that happened, and this is what I want for you too. So let's do an exercise around finding your zone of genius. Number one, list your skills. Okay, write down, like get a pen and paper. You might want to pause this and come back to it, but write down everything that you're good at, even if it seems unrelated. Okay, that's the first step. The second thing is identifying your passions. Like what are the topics or activities that you could talk about for hours? And then the third thing is look for patterns. Find like an overlap between your skills and passions and then think about how you can apply them to solve real problems in the market. So this is just the beginning. Okay, but it's one of the most critical steps. And you have to write them down. Otherwise, they're just like swimming in your head. It's really important. Get them up and out in concrete onto paper. Get them out into the world, into the universe, right? Instead of swimming up there, because otherwise, and then this is going to get you one step closer to your goal. So when you take the time to identify your strengths and you align them with your passion, you're not only creating a business that's successful, but you'll build one that fulfills you deeply. And that's so key. So key. You want to be satisfied and fulfilled by this, right? Again, that's going to keep driving you because business is hard. It's not easy. We can simplify the process by, partnering with someone who's already done it and has a proven process. So you can just follow, implement what they've done so it works for you. But it's not easy, right? Like I was talking about, up and down, all the way up. So when you're deeply fulfilled and you're deeply satisfied with what you're doing, it makes it so much better. And that's how you set the foundation for $1 million coaching business. Because I've done like Amazon drop shipping and stuff like that, and it went well. I mean, I made money at it, but it just wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't satisfying, and I wasn't really helping anybody. I was just selling products, you know? And anyway, I just it wasn't for me. So but this, what I do now, it's just so deeply satisfying when, when my clients succeed, I'm like a proud mama. I'm just like, wow, like, look, we took this, we did it, we implemented it, you listened, did the work, you followed along and it worked, so, and every time. So, and it's just so fulfilling and so satisfying to see my clients succeed. So anyway, let's move on to step 2. And this is continuously developing like mastery in your craft. Okay. So now that you've identified your strengths and you've aligned them with your passion, the next step is all about mastery. So this is a concept that often gets overlooked, but it's absolutely essential if you want to build a thriving $1 million coaching business, 1 million or beyond, right? So a lot of people think that once they've got their business up and running, they can just coast on, what they already know. But here's the thing, the moment you stop learning and growing, your business starts stagnating. So if you want to stand out, command premium prices and keep attracting high ticket clients, you need to commit to continuously developing your skills and expertise and staying with what's happening because things are always, evolving, always changing. So if you're up on what works, right, then you can share that with your client base. And it's like the blade sharpener metaphor. Okay. So think of mastery like a sharp blade, right? The sharper the blade, the more effective and efficient it is. But if you don't keep sharpening it, it becomes dull, right? And less effective over time. So your skills are the same way. If you don't keep honing them in, if you don't keep honing them, right? You'll lose that edge and that's what sets you apart. You need to keep sharpening your skills, especially when you're in a competitive field like coaching. So, commit to lifelong learning. Mastery is not something that you achieve once and then you forget about it. It's a lifelong commitment. And the best coaches, entrepreneurs, and leaders in any industry are always learning. They're always growing and refining their craft. They're reading books, they're attending workshops, they're taking courses, talking to their colleagues, they're parts of masterminds so they can get answers quickly, like even hiring their own coaches to help them get better. Why? Because they know that if they can get just 1% better every day, that compounds into massive growth over time, right? I've got several coaches myself, right? And it's just like, it's always elevating because, I'm not at the top. I'm not billionaire status, I'm to get that billionaire status, the difference between me being where I am and billionaire status or whatever. I don't know if I even want to be a billionaire, but it's like, it's what I don't know. That's the gap, right? The only reason I'm not a billionaire already is because I don't know all the stuff in between. That's it. So I'll give you an example. In the early stages of my coaching business, I realized that I needed to become an expert in understanding my clients' pain points and desires. So I invested in courses on emotional intelligence, communication, psychology, and high ticket sales. And every bit of new knowledge helped me refine my message, improve my client interactions, and ultimately enroll more clients so that I could help them, right? They're out there looking for me. They need to find me. Once they do find me, how do I communicate effectively so that I can help them? So it's this relentless pursuit of growth that really helped me scale my business faster than I ever could have thought possible. Okay. So, the trap of good enough is a good story to that I could share with you. Um, so one of my clients, Mike, okay, Mike was a business coach who had been doing pretty well. He had a few clients, but he felt stuck. Like he was great at what he did, but he was operating at the good enough level. So when I asked him about his daily routine, he admitted to me that he wasn't spending any time on improving his skills because he felt like he had learned enough. And the problem was that the market was changing. And His competitors were learning new strategies, mastering new skills, and innovating. And his good enough approach wasn't really cutting it anymore. So we worked together to create a learning plan for him. And he started attending workshops, reading new books, and even networking with other top coaches. And within 6 months, his confidence skyrocketed. He was offering new, more refined programs, and he doubled his client base. And guess what happened to his income, right? So the lesson here is good enough is not good enough if you want to build $1 million coaching business. You need to be exceptional, and that means that you must commit to continuous improvement. So, what does mastery look like in practice? Mastery isn't just about reading books or taking courses, it's about diving deep into your craft, testing new strategies, and constantly seeking feedback. So, here are some key ways to develop mastery. Number one, set aside some time for learning. Okay. Dedicate at least 20% of your time to learning and growth. Okay. So this could mean, again, taking a new course, attending a seminar, or just even reading a book that really expands your knowledge, or listening, even like put it on audio. You can find it for free on YouTube if you want. But listening to these things, right? While you're making dinner, or while you can do it, like while you're driving, while you're waiting in line somewhere, whatever. Make it a part of your weekly schedule so that it really doesn't get pushed aside. Practice, practice, practice. This is number two. Practice, practice, practice. So reading about a skill is one thing. Practicing it, implementing it is another. Right. So let's say you're a coach specializing in mindset shifts. You need to continuously practice the techniques that you're teaching, and experiment with new ones and find out what works best for your clients. Okay. Because it might be different for you, might be different for them. Right. Like, get this. Oops, sip of water. All right. Number three is then seek out mentors. So even the best coaches need coaches. Like I said, I've got three or four. So find someone who's already where you want to be and learn from them. Okay. When I first started, I invested in mentors who had achieved the kind of success I was really aiming for. So their insights were really invaluable because they had already walked the path, and could guide me through the obstacles. Like, boom, right? There's no sense in reinventing the wheel. I still hire coaches, like I said, to this day. Sometimes we're just too close to ourselves or what we're doing, that we can't really see what our bottlenecks are or might be, or how to refine them. So I want their eyes and feedback on how they think I could tweak things to be better and more efficient. Like, just having that outside perspective, and having that person be able to bring up my things that I can't see, my blocks, right? So the fourth thing is then ask for that feedback. Like, be open to constructive criticism from clients, from peers, and from mentors, because feedback is the fastest way to improve, right? It's like perception is reality. So like I said, sometimes we're too close to our own business to really see where we're lacking. So having someone else's perspective can really be eye-opening. And why mastery matters is really it's that expert effect, right? Like, let's be real. If you want to charge premium prices, your clients need to see you as that go-to expert in your field. And this is what I call the expert effect. So when you've mastered your craft, people naturally gravitate towards you because they trust you. They trust that you can solve their problems, really. But if you're just coasting along, potential clients will also sense that, right? And they'll just start looking for someone else who's more committed, more knowledgeable, and more skilled. My journey of mastery, really. Like, is like, I've been where you are. When I first started coaching, I thought I knew enough to get by, but I quickly realized that getting by. There's like not enough. It just wasn't going to get me to the seven figures that I wanted. And I had to invest in my own growth. And that's when things really took off, and they really took off quickly. So I invested in myself. I invested in my business by hiring mentors. I dedicated time every day, every week to study high ticket sales, marketing strategies, and client psychology. And the more I learned, the better I got at really crafting irresistible offers, running smooth systems, and scaling my business. And I remember one particular moment when it all really clicked. I was in a course learning about automation systems, and suddenly I saw how I could streamline my client onboarding process, saving me hours a week. That one small piece of knowledge really transformed my business. It freed up my time so I could focus on attracting more clients. And it showed me the power of mastering each aspect of my business. And, it was one piece at a time, but that's what happened. So, um, let's do another exercise for mastering your plan. So here's how you can start developing mastery is number one, identify areas of improvement. Okay. So where do you feel less like confident? What skills would give you that edge in your field? And then just list those out. Okay. The second one is create a learning schedule. Dedicate time each week for study, practice, and skill development. Maybe it's 30 minutes every morning or a couple of hours on the weekend. Schedule it, make it consistent. And then the third thing is then track your progress. So make it a habit to really measure your growth. Write down what you've learned, how you've applied it, and the results that you're seeing. And this will really keep you motivated. And it's also going to show you just how far you've come. Like you can look back and just be like, wow, I never knew how to do Facebook ads before, properly, effectively. Like they were so frustrating and there was so much to it. And I was just like, oh my God, am I ever going to get this? And then next thing you know, I'm a master at Facebook ads. I know how to do the targeting. I know how to create audiences. I know how to set it all up. I know what data to look for to make sure that they're effective, like all the stuff that goes into it. The positioning, the copywriting, like everything, right? But at the beginning, it was like, whew, how do I do this? Right. Now I'm a master and teach this stuff. So, we all have to start somewhere. So anyway, the commitment to mastery, it's not about being the best overnight. It's about getting a little bit better every single day. And when you commit to continuous improvement, you're not just investing in your skills, you're investing in the future of your business. And that's how you build a coaching business that's not only profitable, but sustainable. So you're always thinking from that future pace or that future place, I should say. What does it look like for you in the future? And then that's going to pull you towards it. So it's really motivating and it'll keep you going if you're looking at it from that perspective. So as you move forward, just don't shy away from learning, embrace it. Okay. Make it a part of who you are as a coach. And that's what'll really separate you from the rest. And that's how you'll build $1 million coaching business. So let's move on to step 3, which is building systems that scale. Okay. The next thing I would do, right, if I was starting from scratch or starting knowing what I know now, the next thing I would do is build solid systems that allow my business to run smoothly, even when I'm not there. Okay. Most people think being successful means working around the clock, working so hard, but that's not true. That's not true success, right? Working hard. No, we need balance, right? It's just working hard. It's just a glorified form of burnout. I mean, oh yeah, great. We have all this money, but we don't have any time to enjoy it. What's the point? Right? The whole point is we want that freedom. We want that flexibility. We want to be able to enjoy our lives and have amazing experiences. So think of your business like a car, right? You can't just keep pushing it uphill manually. You need to install an engine so that it can run on its own efficiently and consistently, right? The engine. That's your system. That's your system of your business. So I remember in the early days when I was doing everything manually, booking calls, sending invoices, following up with clients, I was working hard. But I was exhausted. Put in the comments here if you are going through that yourself. I keep getting a lot of calls with people that are, they're spinning their wheels, they're exhausted, they're frustrated, they're confused, they're like, I don't know where to start, all this stuff. Put in the comments where you're at, because they're all totally normal, by the way. Don't, that's where everybody kind of starts. So if you're just starting out and you're feeling that, or maybe you've been in it for a while and you're still feeling like that, put it in the comments. I'm curious. Anyway, when I started using automations though and systems, everything changed. I could finally breathe and my income actually increased because I had the time. I had the time to focus on those high value tasks like strategy and client relationships. Um, so are you really equipped to figure this out alone? Right? I want to be real. I want to be real with you for a moment. Building $1 million coaching business is not easy. Like I said, it takes more than just passion and hard work. It requires strategy, a roadmap, and the right systems to get you there. And I'm sure you're incredibly talented, you're driven and committed. But here's the question. Do you really think you can figure all of this out on your own without any help? Like, let's be honest, right? You could spend years trying to learn every detail, making costly mistakes and piecing together information from dozens of different sources. And you could continue, posting stuff on social media, hoping that the next post will go viral, or attending endless networking events, hoping you'll meet that one client who will change everything. But how much time and how much money are you willing to waste on that trial and error? Right? I've been there too. Like, I thought I could do it all myself too. I spent countless hours researching, experimenting, and failing more times than I'd like to admit. But the truth is, when I finally decided to get expert guidance, everything changed like that, really. Like, I learned the exact steps I needed to take, the precise strategies, that actually worked. And then I started seeing those results fast. And I was like, dang, if I would have just started, months before, I would have been making this kind of money, because we're always going to have bills. So that money's always going out. But if that money's not coming in, that's money you're losing. Right. So now it's time to get the right help. So here's my call to action for you. All right. Stop trying to do it all alone. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to guess or feel stuck anymore. I've helped so many coaches and service providers just like you build thriving businesses, and I can help you do the same. So if you're serious about building a $1 million coaching business in 2025, it's time to get the right help. And at the end of this video, you can schedule a free strategy call with me. And what we'll do is we'll talk about where you are right now. Like, what's your current situation? What's your ideal situation? Where do you want to go? What do you want to create? And then we'll talk about how you can get there. Like, I will give you the steps. Like I said, I'm a doctor of business, right? So I know frameworks, I can see stuff. And I'm also like a GPS. Okay, so I'll ask you a bunch of questions, get really clear on all kinds of stuff of your current situation, ask what you ideally want, and then I can give you the steps, the directions on how to get there. Okay, and then if I can help you get there, then we'll talk about working together. Maybe you invest and we start working together if you're a good fit. But if not, that's okay too. I'll just point you in the direction of someone I might know that can get you to that point. Okay. So no more guesswork, no more wasted time, just a clear, actionable plan that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. And like I said, if I can help you get there faster, we can talk about it. If we'd be a good fit to work together. If not, totally fine. I'll just point you in the direction of someone else that can get you there. So you're closer than you think, but you need to take the next step. So click on the link, book your free call. Let's get you in, the fast track to building a successful, scalable, profitable coaching or consulting business. And remember, success is not just about working harder, right? It's not about that. It's about working smarter with the right guidance and support. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to step 4. And this is to craft an irresistible premium offer. Once you've mastered your craft, the next essential step is to package your expertise into a premium offer or premium offers that your ideal client simply can't resist. Like, they want it, right? They're eager to pay for it. So this is where many coaches and consultants miss the mark. They might be skilled at what they do, but they fail to structure their service in a way that makes their prospects see the true value or how to communicate it effectively to command that premium price. Okay. So this isn't just about picking a price out of thin air. I'm going to charge 555. I'm going to charge 111. I get a lot of those where I'm like, how much are you charging? Oh, 888. I'm like, okay. So, it's numerology stuff, which I'm totally into as well. But when it comes to pricing, there's a more strategic way. Okay. So it's not about picking a price out of thin air or trying to undercut your competition either. It's not about that. We don't want to do any discounting. It's about taking a step back and asking, what is the transformation that my clients are desperately seeking? What problems are they facing that they are willing to pay a premium to solve? So, your goal is to create a high value offer that directly addresses those problems and delivers tangible, life changing results. Okay, this is something I help my clients figure out. I take all their knowledge, all their wisdom, all their expertise, and bring it all out of them. We put it all out, and then we create a really valuable, high ticket offer that usually is priced anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000, sometimes a little bit lower. Sometimes, it could be 12,000, could be 15,000, but typically around that price range. They'll go from charging $50 an hour to a $3,000 program type of thing. So anyway, think of it like this. Like, imagine you're a fitness coach, for example. Okay. Instead of offering single sessions or just generic programs, you could create a really comprehensive 8-week transformational program that covers everything from personalized workout plans to nutrition coaching, mindset shifts, and accountability. So you're not just offering sessions, right? A lot of fitness people do that, right? You're offering a complete solution to help your client get the body, confidence, and health that they've always wanted. And the key is to communicate the outcome. So like my new client, I said, I just signed on Monday. She's like a wellness coach, and she almost died from being in the from eating inflammatory foods, right? And she worked with a coach. She went through all the things. She healed herself. She's doing great. And now she wants to help other people do that too. So I'm helping her take all her experience, her knowledge, her wisdom, all that, and we're going to bundle it into a really nice package that can get those results for people in the Latino community. She wants to help people. She's Latina, and she wants to, there's a big problem of that in the Latino community. And she wants to help the Latino community, lift them up. They just don't know. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just sick, and they're not doing well. Like, they're really sick, and she wants to help them get healthy. So it's so cool. That's what I'm saying. It's so fulfilling and satisfying what I do, because I get to help her, and then she gets to make a huge impact in the Latino community. How amazing is that? Anyway, getting off topic. The key is to communicate the outcomes. Okay. When someone sees your offer, they should instantly recognize that it's a game changer. Your premium package should make them feel like they're not just buying your time or your expertise, they're investing in a solution that will transform their business, their health, their relationships, their life, right? So the value that you're offering should be really crystal clear, and it should be aligned with the results that your clients are really eager to achieve. So here's a key tip. When you can clearly articulate the outcomes your client will get, and you can back it up with real results, you can confidently charge premium prices. So with the right positioning, your ideal clients will see it as a must-have investment, not a cost. Okay, so the goal is to create such a compelling offer that your prospects feel like they can't afford not to invest. Does that make sense? So here's an example. One of my clients was a relationship coach who initially charged hourly rates for her services. She felt stuck. She felt overwhelmed because she was constantly chasing clients and working long, 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 long hours just to make ends meet. But together, we crafted a premium 3-month relationship reset package that included one-on-one coaching, a digital course, and a series of workshops. And not only did this streamline her workload, right? You can see that, right? But she was able to raise her prices significantly, and client results were more, or I would say not client results, she was able to get really good client results too, right? Because it was all streamlined. And the clients were more than willing to pay because they understood the immense value of what she was offering. Plus, guess what? Guess how she got the results? They showed up. They showed up to listen to her and do the work because they had a vested interest to get their money's worth, right? If you're just charging hours for dollars, they might show up, they might not. Another client, she's like $60 an hour. She's an expert in what she does. She's amazing. She gets people results, but she can't get results if they don't show up, right? So once she started charging 3,000, her clients showed up, they did the work, she got amazing results, right? So anyway, I think that gives you a really good overview. So let's recap. Okay. To build a $1 million coaching business in 2025, you need to first and foremost get clear on your strengths and find your niche, your ideal client. Who do you ideally want to work with? The second thing is continuously develop mastery in your craft. Then the third thing is build those systems, build the systems that allow your business to run smoothly. And then 4 is creating irresistible offers, price them based on the result you get, and then communicate that value of your offer effectively so that your ideal clients don't just understand the value in it, but are also eager to pay a premium for it. Okay. So if you're ready to take your coaching business to the next level, but you're just unsure of where to start, or you feel overwhelmed by all these steps, you're not alone. Super normal. I talk about this a lot too. I've been there. But the reason why it's normal is because our society teaches us to be employees, not have businesses, right? So it's like you've been an employee your whole life, work, 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 do, do, do. Everybody around you has done the same thing. How would you know? How would you know? Right? So a lot of people feel overwhelmed by all these steps. It's not just you. And I've been there too. Okay. And that's why I created a roadmap to help people just like you. So if you're serious about building $1 million business, then click the link below and let's make it happen together. Okay. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos so that you can get more, or I should say to my YouTube channel, not to my videos. Well, you can like the videos too. So anyway, but please subscribe. I'm working on growing this YouTube channel so we can get it out to more people and really help more coaches and more people. Again, I help people help people. Like let's make this ripple effect. And so I'm growing my YouTube channel, and I would love to be able to get this information to more people, including you. But yeah, like, subscribe, and hit the notification thing so that you can get more videos that really explain how to bundle your value and create a business that gives you time and money freedom. And please share this video with anyone that you think could benefit from it as well. So I will see you in the next video about the difference between a low ticket offer and a high ticket offer, which one works best. Thanks again for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.